I want you to tell me about this woman next to you and what makes her so special as your mom.
It's my mom, Charlie Ballard. My mom had me when she was 19 years old. The challenges that she had as being a single mom, and probably what most would consider the poverty area, she made the necessary sacrifices for me. Now that she's in this position right now, with this terrible disease, the roles have reversed.
What's some of the information maybe that you've been able to learn that we didn't before? I think we're privileged being in baseball sometimes.
Yes.
We see ALS more than a lot of people would normally pay attention to it, but there's still so much out there that we're taking in about it.
You said it best. It's a blessing to be in baseball. What I've learned from this is, man, it's you can say every 100,000 people in this country have it, and that may seem like a small amount, but it's not when you have no cure for it.
Did you guys have any signs, any indications leading up to that diagnosis that maybe something wasn't sitting right?
I just opened my eyes and I tried to rest.
For you two, what has it been like over these last 6 weeks outside of that time together? Take us through maybe some of the highs that you've experienced. I know it's hard to draw out sometimes, but there still are some in there.
One of the highs, I think you would agree with the amount of people that have been surrounding you, am I right? The biggest down is I can't help her. There's nothing I can do for her to help her. I have to watch this happen. My mother's a fighter. I think she's gonna be around with this for a while. I think she would agree with me when I say I think at the beginning you wanted to give up, but not necessarily now. Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Watching her cry and having to be strong, even when sometimes you don't feel like being strong.
When you look at that whole life legacy, what are those big moments that you really want to celebrate this year?
I was raised by my mom and her 6 sisters. There were no men around in the immediate family. They taught me toughness. You normally think a boy who's raised by a bunch of women, he's soft. No, they were tough on me. They were tougher than most men could be. My aunt taught me how to play baseball. My mom, taught me fall down, get back up, which I reminded her when she felt like quitting with this. Kind of reminded her who she was. And then you can't do that because that's not how you built.
What, if anything, would you like to share with other families who may be just experiencing this in their own realm for the first time?
Great question. It's the one thing that I live by every day. I can't control anything that's going on with my mom. As I said before, the one thing I can control is loneliness. Making sure she doesn't go through this alone. I think she's found a new love affair with water. When she is a block down, there's private property where it's waterfront. And I talked to some of the people that live there and explain. They say, come anytime you want. And I push her out by the water and I lock her chair. We just sit there for an hour. We just talk, and she spends most of the time just looking at the water. I can't imagine her not being able to do that.
Rob, this is really phenomenal for you guys to share this story again, because it is impactful. And it speaks to the testament of the strength, not just of you, but obviously of Mama Longhair, and what a fighter that she is. And we're lucky, for sure.
Thank you.
Well, I'm getting a chance to sit down with the Long family